Hello. I don't know if this is Mondays with Mover or the Mover. Should I do the Mover mailbag? No, just kidding.
Just do it all. Hey,
It's yeah.
wait, stop
What?
right there.
Oh,
Scroll the
oh,
disclaimer.
sorry.
Thank you. All right.
Views presented are my own or my guests and do not represent the views of the DoD or its components, or you'll get a raw deal. Don't want to jinx anything. All right. So this is a very short episode because this is about you, not you, Wombat. Oh,
No,
I
I
guess you
know.
two. You're wearing the shirt. I mean,
I
you
put
can
the
do it.
shirt on. I put the shirt.
This is about you as the fan, the people watching this, because I've been gone for a minute. Hope you're enjoying the Rick Hammond's interview because it's
Great
awesome.
interview. Great
Oh, and oh
interview.
yeah, by the way, hey,
No, don't
you
do
made me
this.
do the
Not on this
thing.
one. Don't do this.
No,
Don't do it.
we're
No,
not
don't
doing
do it.
the
Not today.
Mustang driver,
No,
Wombat,
well, that I
also
don't care
the
about.
TR Matson,
You
the
didn't have to
treason
put that
flight.
up there.
Anyway, this is a Folds of Honor episode because you guys and girls and all the
All the
everything you
above.
want to be, whatever you want to be, uh, y'all have raised a whole bunch of money for Folds of Honor. In fact, last I checked, it's been a minute, and there's a kind of a crappy reason why I had to check. $70,000 is what this channel has raised through. I mean, yes, you see the donate button, which, by the way, if you guys do any super chats or anything while we're talking, it's all going to Folds of Honor. Anything you do today, going to Folds of Honor. It's just that. So happy 4th of July. But through super chats, through the thing on the side, through the failed fights on deal we did, donations I've done because I take a large portion of what I make from YouTube and just donate it because why not? That's the right thing to do. Uh, Through all of that, you guys and gals and people and animals and whatever have raised $70,000. So they sent me this mail. That's why I'm like, it might be a mover mailbag.
Might be.
And it's cool because it's this thing.
That is pretty cool. Oh, it's a little blurry. There you go.
Is it still blurry?
No, it's not. What? There you go. That's good.
Okay. And what it says is honoring their sacrifice, deepest gratitude from Folds of Honor. Your incredible generosity, that's you, empowers our mission to provide scholarships for the spouses and children of our nation's fallen or disabled service members. 6,500 scholarships awarded in 2021 and 2022, 41% awarded to minority recipients, nearly 35,000 scholarships and educating their legacy. And of the 35,000, we did 15. So, I mean, not going to brag, but I'll hold this up while I read it because there's a thing on the back too. So it says, is it too blurry?
It's blurry. Now it's small and blurry.
That's what she said.
Maybe that's a weird relationship.
Is it inappropriate? She's got vision problems and everything. Okay.
It's
Did you see that now?
close enough.
It looks like my last eye exam.
It does.
As a recipient of this medal insignia, you belong to the top 1% of donors. Top 1%, dude. That's
That's pretty impressive.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Of donors to the Folds of Honor Foundation. You unequivocally, it's a big word,
Yeah, I don't
could
use
not
those
have
words.
the impact we do without your generosity, which they mean your generosity because it's not me.
Yeah.
Your heart for helping families of our nation's heroes has played a vital role in awarding nearly 35,000 scholarships since 2007, with 41% of those going to minority recipients. Folds of Honor is helping bridge the gap of equality through education. In 2021 through 2022 alone, 6,500 deserving applicants received the life-changing news that they are receiving a scholarship. We've made financial integrity an unwavering priority with 91 cents of every dollar directly funding scholarships. Our stewardship has led to a 4-star ranking with Charity Navigator and the Gold Star Platinum Participant Seal. Thank you for linking arms with us in this noble mission. We salute your commitment to God, country, and supporting our families. Lieutenant Colonel Dan Noonan Rooney, Folds of Honor founder. Ain't that cool?
It's very cool. Can I say something now? It's yeah. Okay. Now you're no Vanna White. That's for sure. Did I just age myself? I did.
There we go. Right there. Look, you can kind of read it that way. All right, go ahead with your data.
Okay.
Oh wait,
What?
wait. There's more.
Oh,
They sent me
sorry.
some. It's not. It's not.
I got that too. That's really cool.
Did you? All right.
Yeah.
Did you see that I'm in it?
I did.
Yeah, probably shouldn't be in it though. That's another
disagree.
sore subject too.
All right. Moving on. Moving on. Keeping it positive.
I'm gonna fight. You know I can't.
We're
do
keeping
that.
it positive
You know I can't do that.
today.
You know. Check this out. There's Noonan.
It's a good looking man.
It's not me though. I have hair.
Well, no,
That's me though.
that is you. Also a good looking man.
Yeah. Allegedly. But this has nothing to do with me. This it's an excerpt from his book with a picture of me.
Good.
So again, hold on.
Just leave it
Presence
up.
of DoD
Just
images
leave
does
it
not
up.
constitute
Just
endorsement.
leave.
Which, by the way, for the military folks at home, Folds of Honor is a combined federal campaign charity, which means that you can raise money for Folds of Honor anytime.
Great charity.
No, oh, this is going to be clear. That's obvious.
Yeah.
Except the whole thing.
That's weird. That's science.
That's
science right there.
That's a lot of science. All right, that's everything in here. So, this is a very serious episode. I wanted to thank you because y'all have done this. Like, we couldn't do this without, like, the whole thing is $30,000 of this is on my video and Gonki's video, and I think Rain Waters has done a couple thing, but I created that thing because I found it as an option. Like, it said, hey, we got this new feature. Do you want to donate to a thing? And it was like some crazy charities, but then it was like, you can add one, and I just searched for Folds of Honor, and it's like, you can be the first one to create this. And I was like, that is awesome. Let me do that. Yes. So I created it, and here we are, 30 grand. So that's a huge chunk, and we could not have done it without you. And I don't know what else to say. Wombat, you got something?
I do.
Okay, say the things.
And don't interrupt me when I say this, okay? Because you're going to want to. So don't. And I know it's your channel, but don't. I agree with you 100% that it's your viewers who did that. But I'm going to say, and I'm going to go on record, that they couldn't have done it without you. And you don't give yourself enough credit for this. And you're a humble person, and I know that, and I know that you like to stir the pot on this stuff and movies and all that. But take a minute and feel good about yourself. Because if it wasn't for the work you did and the content you do and the things you bring to the viewers, there wouldn't be the viewers here that donate and hit that button. So this is, yes, I'm very happy for them, but they don't have the outlet to give these scholarships without you. And if you don't believe that, well, you're frankly wrong. That's my 2 cents. You can interrupt now.
You don't know me.
I do know you, sort of.
So funny story. Speaking of the fans,
oh boy,
I'm gonna sidebar. I don't think we didn't talk yesterday, did we?
No.
Little humor here.
Oh boy.
In case that person is watching. So yesterday. So anyway, thank you for the Folds of Honor thing. I want to tell this quick story because otherwise this is just a 7-minute video. Aside from the military, yesterday I went out and did something else I'm passionate about, which is volunteering in my local community as a sheriff's deputy. And so, I've been road certified for a while now, so I go to calls. Like, I'm full up, I got a Tahoe and everything. It's a Tahoe with 165,000 miles, but it's my Tahoe, damn it. I like it.
Where does that rank Tahoe at 160K vice Hellcat with no
I like it better than the Hellcat,
fluid.
Dude.
Well, yeah, because it runs.
I like it. It runs. It's got lights. It's got
coolant in it
cage,
to keep the engine
It's got a cage.
cool.
You can put people back there and they can't talk to you. It's nice. Very nice.
I need one of those for my son.
So anyway, as it always happens, I was working a shift because they needed help. Like, the shift was short manned.
Sure.
And of course, you get the call at 4:30 and your shift ends at 5, right? So
always,
always happens. And the call was that somebody was acting a bit precocious.
Is that for the viewers? What does that mean? Not for me.
Word?
Asking for a friend.
So rule number 1 violator: don't be a douche. Was being a douche, and they were like, "You got to get out. Like, you got to get out." And so we go to this call. He's in a hotel room. And they said he was being combative. He had, argued with Meemaw next door. He'd said some things. And we talked to the guy, and apparently he had said some nasty things to Meemaw. And allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly had used some racial slurs. Now, I'm going to say this right now. That's never okay, right?
Sure.
Like,
agreed.
This is not cool. Like, you don't do that. Doesn't matter how mad you are.
Doesn't
You
matter.
know, don't harass elderly women and don't do that. So we go to the door, and the manager is like, "Look, I'm gonna, I just want him out because he's now caused this disturbance." I'm
Sure,
like, "Okay,
sure.
no problem." So my partner, who is the full time guy, right? So I'm there pretty much as moral support, because it's his call, it's his zone. I'm a float
Sure.
unit, we're there. So he takes, we kind of tactically one side, each on the side of the door, and I'm kind of behind the wall. And the guy opens up the door, and initially he sees my partner, and he's kind of a little aggressive. And my
Yeah, yeah,
partner's like,
good.
"You got to get out right now." Like, that's what he says. He's like, "You're out right now." Because my partner's like, because the story
Sure.
we've just heard,
Yeah.
and he's about to say something, and he turns and looks at me, and he goes, "You're CW Lemoyne." And I'm like, "Damn it." And immediately he's like, "Oh my God, dude, are you real? Is it you?" I'm like, "Yeah,
I'm
it's
getting
me." But
arrested by a
I, I
famous
said, I
guy.
said, I said, I go, "You got to get out." He goes, "Yeah, but," I said, "You got to get out." Like, cause I'm trying to be serious, cause
Yeah, yeah,
it's a
yeah.
serious
For
matter,
sure, for
And
sure.
he's like, "But I didn't really, that's why I'm recording." I'm like, "You got to get out." And he
Yeah.
goes, "Oh man, I'm like, he's like, "Can I just shake your hand?" I go, "If you get out, I'll shake your hand." I said, "If you leave right now, I'll shake your hand." And he opens the door, and he's like, "I wanted you to check out my flight sim setup, and all his wife's back there going, 'Honey, we just have to go. This has been enough. We just have to get out of here.'" And so the last like 20, what could have been like a 30-minute process while he's trying to pack his stuff is now this guy, like every 5 minutes, he'll stop and be like, "Hey, when you were flying the F-16, is it really like DCS? Because I like to fly DCS too. And I saw you use the Thrustmaster Warthog, and look what I got. I got the Thrustmaster right here, and I'm doing this." And my partner's just like, "Dude, what time is it?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
"I'm
like,
sorry, man. It's bad." So that's a first for me.
well,
Um,
that's an awesome story, and it reminds
and
me
I
of the story I told you about in the airport the other day,
Yeah, well,
which is funny. It's funny,
I
man.
actually, well, I do have to apologize for two things. One, I lied to him because I didn't shake his hand because relief showed up, and the full time guys like, "You get out of here so I can stay," and I'm like, "Whatever
Yeah,
you need
you're
for
like, yes,
your
sir.
situation." Yeah. So I ended up leaving before he left, so I didn't get to shake his hand. However, the second thing I will say is I don't claim, like, he was a nice guy when he was talking to me, but and I'm not. I told him this in person. I said, I I'm not here to raise judgment. Like, the hotel wants
No,
you out, you have to get out. It
yeah,
doesn't matter. Like, you pleading your case or whatever. It's not. It
yeah,
doesn't matter. It's private
exactly.
property. It's a civil matter. All they're doing is telling you to leave, and I have to enforce that.
Yes.
And so he said, she said, two sides of the story. I did talk to the elderly woman who was very scared, and I will say this: if you are my follower and you think it's okay, and you think that I support any of that, you're wrong. I do not support any racist language, going after Mima, using cuss words in front of, the elderly or the public or whatever. There's a time and place for everything. That's not it, and don't be a douche. So if anybody has this misconception that I'm cool with something like that, they're wrong. So that's it. That's the uh, that's the whole story. And then I found $5. Go with your
Oh,
story, Wombat. I know.
well,
Yeah,
no,
it's just how you.
mine was super quick. I told it to you. I was walking around the Minneapolis airport because I was waiting on a jet that was broken and walking with the other crew member, and I had somebody do like 3 circles, and the other guy apparently later on had seen it. I was apparently completely. It was I was talking to the guy. I wasn't paying attention, so that shows my alertness in public. Maybe I should
Yeah.
work on that.
Always
But
mind your surroundings. I
yeah,
see water. League of
apparently not.
Shadows.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he finally comes up and he's like, "Hey, I don't mean to interrupt, sir, but are you the guy that does those videos with Mover?" And as before I could even get anything out, the other crew member with me was like, "Oh my god, give me a break," and walks away. And I was like, and he was a super nice guy, and it was cool talking to him. But that was my first brush of semi
Yeah.
YouTube
Yeah.
famous, and it was. I wish I had a coin for that guy because I had some, but they were in my bag on the
Yeah.
plane. So if that guy ever watched this video, he could reach out to me on my email and I'll send him a coin.
Yeah.
Um, but it was funny. So your channel has a lot of reach. And again, I stand by my comment on Folds of Honor. Yes, it is the viewers that hit the button, but you obviously also donate and you give them the avenue. And I'm proud to call you a brother for that. So don't
Yeah.
don't get all serious. You knew I was going to
Well,
do
here,
this, and if
look,
you
look.
didn't,
Bob says, look at the bright side. Are you Bob?
that's funny. Well, fair enough. There we go.
Hey, Bob. Bob, stop being a douche, man.
He's
Jesus.
like, I want my handshake.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was. I will say that was the
That's
funny
funny.
part about it is how instantly it de-escalated it. Like it was
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
we'd walked up thinking, because of the notes, because what everybody said and
Oh,
stuff. We
I'm
were like,
sure.
look,
I'm sure. Without the
got to
details,
be
just reading between the lines, I'm sure you were like,
high guard, agitated people, got to be ready for anything. And then it just turned into that. Now, a couple hours earlier, we had a very similar call with a different guy, and it was one of those nightmare scenarios where abandoned house,
uh,
a car, and this long gravel driveway to get to
uh,
it, and you're like, so you park and you're walking and you're like, God, there's not much cover out here, and you hear about what happened in Kentucky, and there's these people that the neighbors reported are in the house, and you don't know if they're breaking in or whatever, and that was kind of a. Luckily, it turned out it was they had bought the house at auction with the parish,
okay.
so they were gutting it out, and they had a legitimate purpose. But for the first 10 minutes of the call, you're like, dude, okay, where's
Yeah,
cover?
you're on guard.
Where's
You're on guard.
concealment? Where am I? How am I not going to die here because we just lost four in something very similar
Yeah.
to that. So
And do me a
anyway,
favor, don't
yeah,
ever stop as your friend. Don't ever stop thinking that way because I
yes,
care.
no,
I don't want to see
well,
anything happen to you or your
some,
other counterparts.
yeah.
So,
Hey, good question though. Tell me about your chair.
is that what? So you're going to have to show me when we're done with this how to start a YouTube channel for my chairs because apparently they are more popular than anything I've ever done, any conversation I've had, any discussion on leadership, any book, nothing. It's the chair. So um, the chair that used to be there apparently was a point of contention. And I thought to myself, I don't really care what people think. You know that.
Well, was it a functional like potty chair from the hospital?
No. It was a super, like, what I learned because I researched it only because of what people had said is
Mm-hmm.
apparently it's a super posh, like, designer chair. We have two of
It
them.
looked like a potty chair.
Well, maybe, but it's
Like it
one of the
looked
most
like either,
comfortable
yeah.
chairs that I've ever sat in. But the reason we have them is because when we got out of the military on active duty, my wife and I bought a house and we had no decent furniture. And the guy offered, he was a real estate agent, he offered to sell us additionally all the furniture. And I'm like, sure. So we did. And that happened to be part of it. So it was just there. But as I do more of these videos with you, try to get a cooler background, I'm like, hey, I've
It
got
does fit now. Yeah.
a really dope chair in the attic that needs to be cleaned up that was given to me as a gift. So it's there. And there's also somebody who's currently is currently doing a
Want
headrest
that
cover
chair.
for it. So that is a legit ready room chair off of an aircraft carrier. I did not steal it, I promise. But I guess it doesn't matter because I'm retired, so who
Uh,
cares?
yeah, John, we definitely avoided the fatal funnel. You don't want to be in the fatal funnel for sure.
Yeah, that doesn't even sound good. Um,
Cognizant of that.
so anyway, that's what I got. That's my chair. I'm sticking to
Blake says you don't get to choose what you're famous for.
it. I don't think I'm
In your
famous, Blake, but
in
I
your
appreciate
case, it's a
that.
Mustang and a chair.
Valid. You didn't even
Yeah.
talk about the car,
Yeah,
but we
you
don't need
bought
to bring that up.
a lady's BMW, right?
God. Is there, so answer me this before we go any further. Is
Do they
there
make them
any
in men's
vehicle,
sizes?
is there any vehicle on this planet, any vehicle that I could buy that you would not give me a hard time for?
Oh, if you bought,
Because you, with your Mustang comments, have started uprisings on my Facebook and Instagram by people getting in arguments, which I think is hilarious. Like literally, there was an argument, I think it was on my Facebook, between two people over a joke about a Mustang. They were playing off your jokes, and somebody took it very seriously that should not. And
first of all, I'm not joking. I'm serious.
that's not true
I
at
don't
all.
ever joke. There it is. I like the blue calipers.
Thanks. That is the newest edition.
Actually, even Gonky told me to ask you about it. I was
Oh,
on the phone
really?
with him. That's why I was a little late. Yeah, Gonky wanted to know. Sorry,
How
we'll
did
keep
he
that up.
know?
Why you? Now tell us about it. Tell us about this M2.
It's a 2018 BMW M2.
That's it.
I mean, what else do you want to know?
Well, what's it do? I mean, is it fast or?
They have very good reviews. I've always wanted one. My wife had, before we had our son, my wife had an M235 or an M235. So like the fake M model.
For the ladies. Yes, of course.
Yeah. So not the full blown M. She loved the car, and he was super angry, dude. He was like, that escalated, and there were private messages to me, and I'm like, dude, calm down, bro. Like, let's all just be friends.
This is drama on the gram for.
It was crazy. It was crazy. So I wanted just a fun car to be able to mess around with and not worry. You know, with your ZR1, the value of that thing, it takes. Mustang. That's true. It takes a little bit away from just wanting to go out and drive it and put miles on
I got you.
Right?
I got you.
So that was the intent. That was the intent. It's just the screw around.
It's your airport car. It's the
airport car. Sure.
For when people meet you at the airport, you can say, hey.
There you go. The other thing is I was going to get a Raptor. Ford couldn't build one in time or any time. So I
saw a thing that Chevy might have a Silverado ZL1.
What's the ZL1? Educate me on that. Like, what does that mean?
650 horsepower.
Okay, so it's a sporty.
Yeah, it's ZL1 is the.
Well, they've got to compete, right?
I don't think so. Like, gas is too expensive.
Well, that's the other thing too.
Somebody tried to race me the other day, and I'm like,
nah, not worth it.
It was a.
I'm not racing your Civic
like
for $6 a gallon.
Yeah, it was a V6 Challenger or something. It was some stupid thing, and I'm like in the Hellcat, and I'm like, no.
Yeah,
you're crazy.
That's hilarious.
It's 14 miles per gallon. So the part 2 of Flight of the Intruder is in super jail. So the way the jail sentences work, you do it, and then they put it and you say, that's stupid, I'm gonna dispute this. So they put it in a 30-day hold, and then the company, Paramount in this case, has the ability to say, yes, we think you can use it, or no, we don't. And then you can appeal that. And that's a 30-day process. And if they say no again, then it's a 7-day process where they have to either take you to court or whatever. So we made it all the way to day 28. And then they said, no,
part 2,
for the second
right?
part 2. We made it to day 28. Like, we were almost out of copyright jail.
So close.
And the Paramount folks were like, nope. And so they denied my request. So then I appealed it. So that starts another 30-day clock. So that's where we're at now, is in 30-day clock part 2. Meanwhile, I said, I'm like, hey, bro, I took down that video. You know, I mean, help me, help you. Kind of like, I mean.
Could go back up.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, somebody wants to see Wombat sit in the poop chair.
No, that's
like an OnlyFans kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a whole different
level of. I was like taking pictures of his feet sitting in his chair.
Yeah, that's weird. Wait, my feet sitting in my chair, or my feet, sitting in my chair? Punctuation's important.
Oregon does have more parts. So I talked to that dude for 3.5 hours.
That's awesome.
But he had a worse internet connection than Gonky.
That's amazing.
So editing is a bit of a challenge, and it takes a minute to go through. And so it's just, give me a minute.
What is it with fighter pilots and poor internet?
What is it with airline pilots? He's an airline pilot. Like, dude, he was a Delta captain. Like, aren't they rich? They wear a hat.
Yeah.
Are you frozen? Is your internet?
No,
is that what happened just now?
I was reading something.
Deep in thought.
I was bored with what you were talking about.
Well, tell you what. Let's take about 6 to 9 minutes of questions, because I want to make this a short video, because I don't want it to get lost in the weeds, because when we do an hour and a half, nobody watches.
Do they really not? Because I'm really good for an hour and a half.
Well, we're going to do another mover mailbag for the actual, because I've got a crap ton of actual mover mailbag stuff.
Nice.
I just didn't want to conflate the two.
Yeah.
Which I've already done.
Well, not really. Not really. So
yeah, well,
6 to 9 minutes of questions.
Yeah. mean, 6 to 9
Okay.
minutes. So if you do a super chat at this point, it's all going to Folds of Honor. I get nothing.
Yeah.
This is a zero-sum day for Mover.
I also get nothing, just so
Yeah.
we're clear. But that's on every video.
Yeah. So here we go. Where is Gonky?
Who knows? Who knows?
No idea, man.
Um,
I talked to him before we.
he
talked
texted
on the
me
phone.
today. A little happy Independence Day. So
donate $20 a month to Folds of Honor, and they will both sit in the poop chair.
That's a weird.
Is it true all fighter pilots watch Independence Day on the 4th of July? That's a good point. I do need to watch it.
Do you need to? You lived it. You're good.
I've never fought aliens.
I don't know. Some of the people that I've done dissimilar with makes you wonder.
Spectre series coming to Netflix. Make it happen.
I would love that to happen. I don't know why I still would love it to happen. I'd watch it. You just call your Netflix contacts and be like, make my book.
Hey, Ted.
Like, yeah, make my book.
Make my thing happen.
A special because I have found out that I would like to be rich. That's all you have to say.
I found out that this is a good fit for me. And I can no longer do any other
people have
jobs
spoken
except being rich. Yeah.
That's all I could do.
Because people think I'm out here making a whole bunch of money that I'm not.
Yes, you are not. But
Yeah,
you do a really good job at not making money. You're my favorite channel.
Oh God.
What else you got?
Jack Carr. I thought this was Farley. Jack Carr.
Have you watched that yet?
No, but I've seen Farley's stuff on it, and I'm just like, simmer down, Honda.
There's a lot of fanboys for Jack Carr. I'll give him that. And I get it. I mean, he's a SEAL. Who doesn't love a SEAL? But I think we've watched one episode, and I'll tell you, I think they did a pretty good job.
Was Heidi Klum the one that was dating SEAL?
I have no idea, dude. I don't pay attention to any of that stuff. I don't pay attention to that stuff.
How wrenching does it get reading some of those accident reports? Very. And I'll tell you what, I am hesitant to even do them ever again because it is a mixed bag with, the families. There's been some very positive interactions.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also been some, it's just felt bad. Like people
it's tough.
Get very upset. And that part's tough. But there was that T-38 one, that just came out.
It's tough. It's important though, but it's tough.
Who would be the main protagonist of a Spectre series?
Mover. It's very clear. Mover. I don't know.
Well, everybody says I look like Glenn Powell's older brother, so we'll just get Glenn Powell.
There you go.
Because he's doing all those movies.
Yeah. There you
go. Wombat will. Airlines hurting for passenger pilots. Are the two of you going to be flying as passengers? Wombat for sure.
I just did fly some passengers. So.
Mover. More Twitch stream shenanigans. Well, first of all, both of them have been shenanigan free for a while. Doug has been a little busy lately. There was some personal stuff, unfortunately. Ray has also had personal stuff. It's called a baby, and his wife doesn't let him.
That'll get you every time.
During our normal nerd times, apparently it's a 3. Dude, I don't know anything about kids, but it takes him 3 hours to wind down the baby or power it down or whatever happens at night.
Yeah, there's no switch, dude. There's no switch.
There's a nerd time he can't do it. So I haven't talked to old Raymond in a while. So yeah. How many computers crash every time you show Wombat's Mustang? I think Wombat just gets the eye twitch.
No. Nah. I'm fine with it. I know you say it because you love me.
Have you considered the monthly book club?
Like
I've
Oprah's?
considered it.
Oh.
No, I've considered it, but every time people keep adding stuff for me to do, and I don't.
You know what you should do is work more.
Yeah, and get paid even less. Ray has been streaming. I know he has, but he streams. First of all, he's a cheater. But second of all, he streams at like right now, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He's not like I like to nerd after dinner. You know,
Is there a
let the
time?
like 7:30, 8 o'clock
Hmm.
Central Time. Speaking of which, Wombat, you got an X container.
I did.
Yeah, how's that working out?
Good.
Okay, good story.
Yeah.
Thanks for all the information you gave me.
I learned that I can also fly airplanes on a computer.
Actually, so funny story about the old 7576. I had enough seniority to go do it. I was 2 days away from starting training to go do it, and my airline decided we don't want to fly that anymore and sent them all to the boneyard.
So what does that mean?
That means I do not have the seniority to fly an aircraft that we don't have.
What do you have the seniority to fly?
So
What's
ironically,
the biggest piece of metal that you could sit in the right seat?
787
Okay.
out of Miami.
What's the
Miami
biggest piece of metal
787.
in the left seat?
Airbus out of Dallas. Airbus or 737 out of Miami. Like I can hold
Gotcha.
narrow body captain or wide body FO. However, comma, I don't have enough hours to be a captain.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for
I've
you.
got like 690 hours of
Total.
Part 121 time. I don't
That's
have enough
amazing.
hours. You got to have 1,000 hours to do it. I don't have enough time.
That's amazing.
Do you plan on doing a new car track day? No, because I will overheat as well as the car will overheat.
Oh yeah, no
We
kidding.
don't do track days until it cools off because it's been hot, 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 and outdoor activities are limited. However, I do want to start doing that. So yes, we don't have an Airbus 350, so that's going to be another challenge.
That's going to be
Like
tricky.
they'd have to buy one just for me.
Which would be nice. And
Yeah.
that would also fix that problem you had earlier before we went online.
Oh, that's true about getting overseas travel. I don't know when I'm going to announce that. So I've got a trip planned in September that I
Don't,
think the
not
channel is
today.
really going to like. No, we're not going to do it.
Oh my God. It's going to blow this channel apart. They're
No,
going
it's
to like
not.
it so
Every time
much.
I say that's going to happen, it doesn't happen.
will.
So I don't want to.
Well, it's because I said it, so you're fine.
Did you like the Airbus or the Boeing? You never flew the Boeing, did you?
Nope.
Yeah, if it's
But
not
I like
Boeing,
the Airbus.
I was not a fan of the 737.
I've heard it's loud.
It is very loud. It's very
And
uncomfortable.
a small flight deck. Is that what we're supposed to call it?
It is it well, days of yore, people were just smaller.
Okay.
Like the average height was like 5'2" back in like Old Testament times,
Gotcha.
or
Okay.
even shorter.
Mhm.
And that's when that aircraft was designed. So it hasn't really done well. But ST says, please don't go to the bus. Respect yourself. And my counter to that is, I don't fly the airlines for respect. It's for money and comfort and convenience.
Which a lot of those come with Airbuses.
Yeah, it's the switch, right? It's on.
Yeah,
It's over.
pretty much. That's pretty much
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah,
pretty much.
you don't have a lot of. Wombat, love the daily Facebook
See,
Navy
some people
posts.
love them.
Any plans to go back to the airlines? Not till next year, at the earliest. So anyway, that's 30 minutes. We've reached the end. Starting a GoFundMe to get your P-51 to do fly. That'd be awesome, dude.
That would be awesome.
Uh,
That would be awesome.
Don't announce it. Just do it. Throw it up, and we will be in awe. That's a good idea.
That is.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I know
All
what
right.
it is, and it's going to be awesome. So
Yeah. Well, I'm sure somebody will get.
it
Yes,
will
good point.
be awesome, Captain Positive. It will be awesome.
It's hard to be positive these days, there, Wombat.
It's.
It's
I
been a
didn't say
rough
it was
year.
going to be easy.
Like we said 2020 was a rough year. 2021 was a rough year.
You know what
2022
you
has
should
been
have?
worse.
You should have a friend, or even call him a brother, that has a mantra, like 4 words or less, that is just that like constant keep going.
It's 5. Make them say it's 5.
No, I was talking about mine. I was talking about mine.
Never down, never out.
Yeah. To keep you positive. Good things are coming, man. Good things are coming.
Hold on.
That's not, I don't.
Never down, never out.
Good things are coming. So,
That's what she said.
well, maybe.
Toxic positivity. Anyway,
So.
all right, look, you're the guest. You tell me some things for the end, and then I will
I'm
cut to
proud of
commercial.
what you've done for Folds of Honor. And frankly, for your viewers, for the military, for the Air Force specifically, and all your stuff with Make Them Tell You No, you should be proud of that. I don't care about anything else. You should be proud of that because, frankly, in today's day and age, there's not enough people like you that will go that extra mile and do that for the next generation, or a
Dude.
generation that, I'm not done, or a generation that has had hard times like what Folds of Honor supports. So
6,900 members and Make Them Tell You No. We got
yeah,
7,000, but for a short time we had 6,900, and I should have just shut it down right there.
no. So I think that's huge.
I should have
And
shut
you
it
need to
down
be
at
proud of that.
6969. In fact,
You
I'm
should
going to
be
go
proud
call
of
some
it.
people.
I do
Yeah,
like
all right.
that you're not taking this seriously. You let me finish, so you should be
I
proud
did
of it.
let you
Okay?
finish. I
I
let you
wasn't
finish.
quite done. So be proud of it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay?
Continue. Yeah.
Be proud of it. Seriously.
Okay.
It means
Yeah.
a lot. You're changing people's lives on both ends of the spectrum. That means something.
Depends on who you talk to.
I don't care. I'm telling you,
Mhm.
and that's all I care about. You know that. So
Okay.
that's all I have. Thanks for
Well,
having me
thank
on.
y'all, everybody. Thank you, Folds of Honor. We got to find a place to put this.
Move your YouTube and
No, I'll
whatever
get
that
rid
little
of the
brown
Lemoyne
thing.
69.
No, don't get rid of it. Just move them up a little and put it right next to your left arm or whatever, or something. Yeah, something over there. Something. Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right. Good night, or good morning, or good day.
Till next time.
And we'll do some serious videos, like I'm moving mailbag later. Goodbye.
See ya.
Thanks, Wombat.